biggest shots that Sanjit Mudwa threw at him, and he kept coming. That goes to show he's got one heck of a chin. You can't let Shyamanand settle into rhythm, so Thapa needs to keep it mixed up. Clinch with him, take him down, make him struggle, make it a dirty, gritty fight. That's what he needs to do.
I'm going to stir up an unspoken discussion here, and that is, it's not between Rahul Thapa or Shyamanand, it's team ICSA versus Warriors को. I think दोनों ही teams के बीच में एक बहुत ही बढ़िया शीट यूं है. The last time when Shyamanand fought Sanjit, it was again against Warriors को MMA. Over to Jared for the official introduction.
Ladies and gentlemen, hope you're ready for some bone-crushing, rear naked choking action. For this is the co-main event of the evening. This fight is scheduled in the featherweight division. First, we introduce the blue corner. His professional record, 4 wins, 2 losses. He weighed in at 65.80 kilograms. Representing PR and fighting out of Indian Combat Sports Academy, ladies and gentlemen, Shyamanand! And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, his record, 4 wins, 1 loss. He weighed in at 65.80 kilograms, representing Haryana and fighting out of Warriors Cove, the Greek god, Rahul Thapa! Well, ladies and gentlemen, as the action begins, the referee for the fight, Herb Dean.
All right, gentlemen, co-main event of the evening. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. We've been over the rules, so let's keep it clean. Touch gloves and let's do it.
All right, let's look at the tail of the tape. This is the co-main event of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Fighting in the featherweight division in the blue corner, we've got Shyamanand, 26 years of age, 181 centimeters in terms of height, and he's blocking horns with Rahul Thapa in the red corner, 29 years of age.
Here we go. Shyamanand in the white trunks, Rahul in the black and green. Co-main event time. Title implications, as always. Rahul Thapa ready for war. And Rahul Thapa licking his lips, waiting to see who wins this fight.
Waiting for the lip-smacking action that's going to unfold.
These guys are both taking their time, feeling each other out.
Exactly, yes.
They know they can't make a mistake. An inch of a mistake can cost them the fight. They're both very powerful strikers. Trying to get in each other's space right now.
And you know, I mean, look at the size of these guys. You won't believe they're featherweights.
Right, I know. I was thinking the same thing. How much weight do they cut?
Exactly. I mean, they could easily pass off as welter.
Nice slow start to the fight, but like I said earlier, these guys are taking their time.
Rahul immediately, no setup, go straight in for that takedown.
Well, because Shyamanand was right against the cage, he had nowhere to go, so I mean, what do you do?
His strategy, if you didn't know it, was pretty clear from the start. You don't want to let Shyamanand settle into a rhythm and start striking with you. Oh, beautifully done.
Very technical, smooth takedown, taking on a strong guy like Shyamanand, making it look effortless.
And so early in the fight. So they're not even sweaty, they're not tired. They're just the start of the round, and this is literally the first takedown he's attempted.
Shyamanand doing a good job of fighting off of his back, but he needs to get onto his feet.
Now it's going to be interesting to see how long will referee Herb Dean wait and allow him to stay in a certain position. We talked about this in the Prajapati fight, where Prajapati initially he advanced, he got the takedown, he got the double, pinched the leg, started working his way upwards. But over time, he started slowing down. He didn't pass guard, he didn't look active.
Well, this fight just started. Both fighters look very active to me.
Yeah,
all the refs here are international quality, international grade,
Yeah.
I'm sure they know what they're doing.
No, it is. And you can see Shyamanand fighting off his back. Very, very smartly. Oh, triangle. He might look for a triangle. He's got an arm trapped. And immediately recognizing that, Rahul Thapa shrugs it off and passes guard. He's trying to get into side control.
Nice attempt there, but great defense, great recovery to get back up on top.
I like the fact that Shyamanand is so early in the fight, is already threatening with submissions. It'll make Rahul Thapa think twice before attempting a takedown.
Nice ground and pound there by Rahul, keeping the top position. Shyamanand's going to do a little bit of work. Some nice hand movement there by Shyamanand, trying to fight position.
Shyamanand doing a good job keeping an open guard. He's trying to lock his, he's trying to get a butterfly on the left hand side, try to elevate his hips. But such great hips by Rahul Thapa.
Yeah, Rahul's doing a great job. He's going to step in, back of the neck. So that's why he stopped. He'll step in. Stops him, so you cannot hit at the back of the neck.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that elbow at the back of the head.
Tried to use that butterfly guard to lift him, but didn't work. Back to full guard now, pushing against the face.
These guys are so strong. These guys are so strong. It must be so. His hips are so good. It's so difficult to elevate him from this position. And Rahul Thapa doing a great job by pushing him up, but Shyamanand smartly turns away from the cage. He's going to look to wall walk.
Shyamanand is doing a great job of fighting off his back. He's actually doing more work than Rahul. Rahul seems to be just holding position.
And Herb Dean watching. Interesting. These guys, of course, are constantly jockeying for position. It's offense and defense constantly. And this is the kind of grappling, this is the level of grappling that we're seeing now in Indian MMA. Is that camp, that Warriors Cove camp, has brought out such great wrestling from all these fighters.
I think the refs should step these guys up pretty soon. Not too much.
I mean, not a lot of action, but 30 seconds remaining in the round. And Thapa, maybe, you know, it's a strategy at the end of the day. You've got to realize this. You know, you win one round, you take the wind out of your opponent a little bit. You know, his hands get a little heavier in round two, and that's when he probably might open up at the striking.
It's smarter. You got to be smart about conserving your energy, for sure. It's a 3-round, 5-minute fight. Gets intense. Good round.
बहुत ही बढ़िया प्रदर्शन यहाँ पे दोनों ही fighters द्वारा. I mean, that was a technical fight in round number 1. Thapa definitely, you know, took Shyamanand down. However, it was very technical, wherein Shyamanand was also fighting off his back.
No, incredible fight, incredibly technical fighter, and great strategy by Rahul Thapa. He knew he didn't want to stand with Shyamanand. He didn't hide his intentions. He's like, I'm going to just take you down. Pushed him up against the cage, got that takedown, and controlled him for the rest of the round. But great defense from Shyamanand. He rolled around, he rotated, he defended effectively, even threw up a potential triangle to let his opponent know that, you know what, I've got a repertoire of submissions as well. Slip up and I might just catch you.
Let's look at the unofficial stats here. Shyamanand dominating when it comes to head strikes, and it's Rahul, you know, when it comes to dominating in the ground strikes. But would have been interesting to note that Rahul was dominating in terms of ground time.
I think most of all the strikes were landed on the ground. There were no standing strikes. But here we go. We might see a different game plan and strategy here from Shyamanand. One thing I got to say, both these guys are so ridiculously conditioned. Neither of them are breathing heavily.
I mean, we've been talking about flyweight as the most stacked division. I think it's featherweight. It's stacking up. We've got excellent fighters here, and let's look at how these guys battle it out in round number 2.
Both fighters again starting off slow, taking their time. A lot of respect for a nice leg kick.
Very nice leg kick. Low calf kick landed by Shyamanand. You can see a sense of urgency now, trying to take the center of that cage. And he wants to make sure that he doesn't have his back pushed up against.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised to see that first round start the way this. Shyamanand came up really slow. Normally he starts off fast, but this time a little different, you know.
Just see how smartly Rahul slowly inching in that real estate, taking away some land from Shyamanand. He finds himself again with his back against the cage, but this time in a much better position. He's got underhooks on both sides.
Well, he sensed it closing in, sensed Rahul closing in, so...
Look at him grimace as he tries to break hold of that grip.
Technical warfare here by Rahul Thapa. Takes down Shyamanand once again, trying to get onto the top position. Shyamanand throwing in those short strikes while being on his back.
This just goes to show you how important wrestling is. The better wrestler determines where the fight goes.
Exactly.
If he wants to take you down, he'll take you down. If he wants it standing, he'll keep it standing. So wrestling is crucial.
And I like the fact that Shyamanand is, he's staying active from the bottom. He's landing some good elbows, some good strikes, constantly jockeying. He's not letting him tee off. Yes, Rahul has got the takedown, but beyond that, he's not letting him pass guard. He's not letting him get to a dominant position, and certainly not letting him land any ground and pound so far.
Yeah, he's doing a good job fighting off his back. I'd like to see a little bit more aggressive movement from Rahul. I know you want to maintain the dominant position, but don't just hold on to him all the entire fight. Try to put some shots in there.
Yeah.
Try to make a submission. Work a little bit.
That's where the argument, that's where the entire conversation starts about risk versus reward. At what point do you realize that, okay, I'm controlling the guy, and if you're good enough to control him, you start taking some chances, you start taking some risks, you start posturing up. Yes, you might lose a position, but you as a fighter, you've been in this position many times, and you've taken some chances. Sometimes you won, sometimes you lost. But how important is that for that to work?
It's all about risk management and conserving your energy at the end of the day. You want to be smart about it, but Herb Dean stepping in, clapping his hand, saying, do some action, do some work, Because the fight fans want to see some blood, baby.
Yeah, I mean, the fans are on their feet and they're watching, and I'm seeing the bigger shots being landed from the bottom by Shyamanand. And Rahul Thapa posturing up, landing one shot and then getting back down, staying in the same position. Herb Dean's going to stand these guys up anytime now.
That's what I'm saying. Shyamanand is doing a better job from the bottom, attacking, throwing more strikes. Rahul's just kind of maintaining the top position.
And he needs to posture up and just land some. There you go. Throws him off instantaneously, and now Shyamanand with a sense of urgency. You can see Rahul Thapa's nose is cut from one of those elbows. And big knee coming.
Good job framing up against Rahul, creating that space, not letting Rahul take him down. Rahul's trying to close the gap, but good frame with the elbow there on the forearm. Up against the neck, nice knee.
Very nice knee to the body there. And he's created a good amount of space. He's not going to let him tap up. And Herb Dean a little more urgent now with his warning.
Well, Rahul's just pushing up
there you
against
go.
the fence.
There you
Not
go.
really doing much. He looks exhausted.
Rahul seems a little worse for wear here.
Rahul is a bit cut here.
Oh, that's from one of the elbows from the ground that Shyamanand was actively throwing. Again, low
Nice leg kick.
Bit of a deep breath from Rahul Thapa there.
Well, it takes a lot of energy to hold a guy like Shyamanand down. Shyamanand's strong, man. And you look for his weight, look at the size for his weight.
But it seems
He looks like a
Shyamanand is
welterweight.
loading up his right hand and he throws in. I think that's going to be devastating. If Shyamanand lands a big right hand, it's going to be devastating. We've seen it happening at previous editions of MFN.
But you know what's funny?
Richard Burns.
I've never seen Shyamanand fight on the back foot so much.
Yeah, he's
Definitely fighting on the back foot, not pressing forward like he normally does.
Rahul Thapa's got that weird, he's got that weird approach where he's slowly taking away his space. And he's not throwing strikes, he's not pressuring, but he's pressuring in a weird way. And Shyamanand, I think, is a little tentative to let go, knowing that it can come at any point. But it now boils down to see, there's scoring position and then there's scoring for activity in position.
Well, I think judges scored the fight in
The way he's
favor of the
grimacing, and that was the
Nice
first take.
defense.
Very nice defense.
Didn't let him be taken down. Shyamanand showing a lot of power, a lot of strength.
And Shyamanand, I wish he goes back, lands more of those low leg kicks, because those will stop him in his tracks. Or you can even look for that uppercut when he steps in.
Good round. You guys definitely have a lot of respect for each other.
It's going to be exciting to know how judges would score this fight if it goes to the decision.
I mean, if it's, there are two kinds of judges. There's judges who will score, who would be more wrestling biased, and then
It's very objective, but ideally how it's supposed to score is
objective and
it's scored in favor of the fighter who's looking to finish the fight. Let's look at the highlights here. Rahul Thapa again trying to push Shyamanand against the fence, trying to lock in that takedown, and gets it.
Shyamanand grimacing every time he got taken down. The amount of force that Rahul Thapa is bringing into that takedown shows his strength. in that position. But it's just, at this point, it's Shyamanand will in the third round. I'm sure his corner is going to tell him that, listen, buddy, you're going to go for broke now. Because at this point, Rahul Thapa, I don't know what wrestlers are the most conditioned athletes, I feel. And he'll be ready for another round.
As per the stats of round number 2, Shyamanand again collecting brownie points by landing those volume of strikes from his back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is MFN 15. This is the co-main event, and we are heading to round number 3.
If you're just joining us, Rahul Thapa in the black trunks and Shyamanand in the white trunks. This is the third and final round.
Nice 1-2 gets through.
Very nice 1-2. Thapa, I'm kind of. If Shyamanand times an uppercut.
He's throwing those jabs.
Very nice 1-2 combinations. Sometimes going back to the bread and butter. Oh, very nice return fire from Thapa now.
So Thapa needs to strike here.
I would love to see him land a 1-2-3. 1-2 with the leg kick followed up.
Shyamanand is with his jab, and then he's all set to throw in a right hand.
So smartly.
He was baiting him in with that.
Tried a bit of an oil check there for a second. Oh man, but this is what we talk about. Wrestling is such a crucial part of the sport and has become the best base for mixed martial arts.
Right, and you see that Rahul was just baiting him with that 1-2, letting him take those shots, getting Sham comfortable, getting him distracted and not worrying about the takedown. Then boom, shot it, took him over, got the top position, right where it needs to be.
Mount and Shyamanand here is trying to push his hips off, but now Rahul Thapa is going to pin him up against the cage and look to land some vicious ground and pound.
Great top control here by Rahul. Full mount, but once again, he's just holding the position. I don't really see him trying to progress.
We saw this similar with the Prajapati fight. In the third round, he had the top position, and there are points that will get scored for strikes on the bottom. But in mount, it's very difficult to score against the fighter who's in top position. And you're right, Jason. It's the activity in this position. You've got mount. Yes, you've got a dangerous fighter who's going to buck his hips the minute he gives you some space. So what do you think from this position? Do you look for a submission at this point? Do you look to wrap up an arm, a leg? I know it's easier said than done, especially knowing that you're 2 rounds in the books.
Well, it's very actually difficult to control somebody like that.
No,
So
it's
kudos to doing that, number one. It just makes it kind of boring for the average fan. That's all.
No, I mean, a lot of fans in the audience are now educated fans that are cheering the guard passes.
Right, exactly.
They're cheering the reversals. That goes to show that fans are getting educated about the sport. I remember back in 2012 when George St. Pierre started passing guard in Canada and the fans would cheer for a guard pass. Maybe we're reaching that point in Indian MMA where fans are getting educated about the sport.
No, absolutely. You can see that they're understanding it a lot better, which is a great thing. Nice.
Beautiful escape out the back door.
Right again.
Looking for the guillotine. He's got a single leg here, and
I think he's got his neck though. Rahul's got a good neck control.
Thapa gets out of that comfortably, but now Shyamanand with a massive sense of urgency. He's got a minute and a half remaining in this fight to make something happen.
Rahul's just biting down on his mouth guard and guarding up with those 1-2s. It doesn't even affect him, it looks like.
No, his guard is up. He's not piercing it.
Nice,
there you go.
Good mix it
1,
up.
2, 3. That's what we were talking about.
1, 2, 3, and he's changing the angle as well.
He's to cut a corner and hit the body, but hang on, we're not his coaches.
Looks like Rahul's just waiting for him to set it up for another takedown.
He's gonna change levels in a second, and I wish he'd time it with a knee or an uppercut.
Takedown right again.
The previous fight we saw Pavan Man use that uppercut so effectively against Satitya, and that's a weapon that a lot of fighters have used. Boom, straight to the ground with a minute left.
There's that wrestling we talk about, man. If someone can take you down to the ground, it's over. No matter how much heart you have, no matter how much technique you got, you're nullified. Everything goes.
It's not pretty. It's not the prettiest thing to watch. but it's one of the most effective forms. We've seen great wrestlers over the years do it. And sure, but wrestling is such an effective part. And you watch, Rahul Thapa tonight showed respect to Shyamanand by sticking to a game plan that's not exactly crowd friendly, but he knew he had to win. He had that much respect for Shyamanand's hands.
Yeah, the Warrior Code guys seem to have a game plan and they stick with it. I think they like their ground and pound. They like their take him down and keep talking to
All
him.
of them have been successful.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, if it's not broken, don't fix it, right? I mean, take a playbook out of someone else's game. It's all good.
Clinical finish from Rahul Thapa. He put on a show, controlled his opponent, and showed why wrestling is one of the most dominant forms of martial art in MMA. Shyamanand upset, but you know what? That's the nature of the sport. You gotta
That is
defend that
the nature
takedown.
of
You
the
gotta
sport.
defend it, and if you can't defend it, the wrestler will take control. Brilliant performance.
बहुत ही प्रभावशाली परफॉर्मेंस यहाँ पे राहुल थापा के द्वारा। तीनों राउंड में कोशिश यही की शामानंद को स्ट्राइकिंग ना करने दें, उनको ग्राउंड पे लेके जाएं और वहीं पे डोमिनेट करें। चलिए देखते हैं हाइलाइट्स। यहाँ पे शाम ने 1-2 पे कहा, राहुल ने कहा नहीं लगी भाई, कोशिश करो, शेल गार्ड कर लिया और वहाँ पे उसके बाद दोबारा एक और अटेम्प्ट राहुल थापा द्वारा टेक डाउन लेने की और उसके बाद माउंट ले लिया और बिल्कुल भी निकलने नहीं दिया शामानंद को। शामानंद ने कोशिश, of course, you know, he tried to wiggle out, but again he was taken down.
No, I mean, that was the story of the fight. If you look at all the 3 rounds, the highlights look pretty similar. It was all about Rahul Thapa controlling the fight.
It was all about Rahul Thapa's wrestling.
Exactly. And, again, it was the solid game plan. They stuck to a plan. They showed respect to Shyamanand by veering his striking when they realized that you don't want to get into that kind of slugfest with Shyam.
बहुत ही मुश्किल होगा जजेस के लिए स्कोर करना, तो चलिए देखते हैं how judges have scored this fight. Jared, over to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action here at Noida Indoor Stadium, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges scored about 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision, Rahul Thapa!
और इतने सारे जो फैंस थे, दिस इज ऑल फॉर यू गाइस देयर, राहुल्स फैंस. बिग राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन. बहुत बढ़िया फाइट एंड व्हाट अ स्मार्ट फाइट राहुल. Everyone just kept seeing the same thing. The technicality of this was fantastic. Great by a cornerman also there. Almost every second was being discussed over there. So it was a really, really good, well-planned fight.
Yeah, it was very, very planned fight because this guy is very strong and like one of the best in this division, one of the best in the country. So if I have to be on the top, I have to take out the people who are the best so that I can climb the ladder to be the best.
And I like the way that you took away a lot of his attacking parts also. But this is great. Is this how your training was always? Were you watching his videos and saying कि भाई मुझे पता है exactly क्या करना है इसके साथ में? Ego नहीं आया आपके fights में. That was amazing to see that.
Yeah, I know because I saw this guy. He's very good. He has very strong hand. Like his hands are like stone. He was hitting me so hard, but I was still taking it because there was only one thing going in my mind. I have to beat this guy. I have to beat this guy anyhow. He can hit me as hard as he can, but he cannot beat my will or like take away the power that God has given me. He cannot take this away from me because that's what God wants.
Yeah, and well, man, you deserve every bit of it. It was a unanimous decision. Well done, Rahul. Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. जब सही टेक्निक होती है, सही सोच होती है, तो जीत हो जाती है. Yes.
Now I think I feel like now, ma'am, Aisha ma'am, Krishna ma'am. Now I think I deserve a shot at the title. I'm a fan 145 LBS title. Now I think I have been there. Now it's up to you if you have to give me that shot or not, because I think I now deserve that shot at 155 title. 145, sorry.
The number of requests that Aisha ma'am and Krishna have got today for whether it's MFN 16 or title shots is crazy. We're going to go back on the drawing board and check it out. Lekin filhal to enjoy your win. Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Rahul Thapa came and he was on point. Back to the comps.